Hello, so today let's talk about how to sit, stand, and move without making your chronic pain worse. Now, as an executive mom, you're no stranger to those long work hours, endless meetings, traveling for work, and the constant demand of parenting, being a mom, being a working mom. And you push through your discomfort thinking that it's just part of the deal, a part of all your motherhood and your executive job. However, uh, if your everyday posture and your movements that you do throughout the day are actually making your pain worse. Have you ever considered this scenario? Now, pain isn't just about injuries or medical conditions, or it's a result of those every day. How do you sit, how do you stand, how do you move throughout your day, and when it comes to sleep, maybe even at how do you sleep even at night. Now, the good news is these small strategic adjustments can help you to reduce that pain, relieve that strain, and prevent future discomforts and aches and pains without adding extra time or taking away extra time from your packed schedule. Now, we will discuss more about how you can do all this, that is, sit, stand, and move without making your chronic pain worse in today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is, back, neck, and nerve pain, despite low energy levels and brain fog, or mommy brain, or lack of focus, as it is often called. And I do this by giving you, there are quite a few things I do, but a few of the main things that I do is some easy lifestyle modifications, some exercises, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Adrenal fatigue is a very vast term. Two main symptoms that I had were brain fog and lack of energy. Now, if of course, if you're a mom, you're busy, so I'm not going to take up more of your time. Let's get into the topic for today, which is how to sit, stand, and move without making your chronic pain worse. Now, the very first thing, let's talk about sitting. Sitting, I have done many YouTube videos on this. So if you want more details, go and have a look at my YouTube channel. However, let's address it briefly here. If you spend hours at your desk and you're sitting, that poor posture that you silently get into because of those prolonged sitting hours can contribute to that chronic pain. Now, I'm not saying do not sit. What I'm saying is make sure that your sitting posture is optimal. So basically, your feet are resting flat. If you are one of those who crosses their feet over, that's fine, as long as you cross and uncross and you're not just favoring one side over the other. That is, if you cross your right leg over, then after a while swap and do your left leg over, and make sure you're stretching your hamstrings and your calf, that is the back of your thigh and leg, if you are one of those who sit with your feet crossed. And if you sit for a long period of time, if you don't have one of those ergonomic chairs, then make sure that your lumbar spine or the curve in your lower back is supported. You can roll up a towel, put it in there, or you can use a lumbar pillow or a lumbar cushion that is readily available in the market. There is, I'm using an ergonomic chair right now. However, there is a lumbar cushion that I have used in the past. I will leave a link to that. It's totally up to you if you want to buy it, but it's a tried and tested product. So if you are willing to have a look at that, you can have a look at the blog that I have written on this topic, as in sit, stand, and move without aggravating your chronic pain. I will leave the link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. If you can't find it or don't want to look for it because you're a busy mom, message me. I'll send it across to you, or just drop a comment below. I'll send it to you. Now, going back, when you're sitting, of course, there's a lot of things to look out for, but make sure you get movement breaks every 35 to 40 minutes, if not every hour, and do a posture reset. How do you do all that? Again, the information is in my blog. The blog also has a video in it which talks about how do you know if you have a good sitting posture. Now, let's go to standing. I know I'm rushing through this a little bit, but if you want the details, again, go to that blog. Link to the blog is in my bio on Instagram or in the description of this video if you're watching this on any other platform. Now, how do you stand? to prevent fatigue and joint or spinal pain or nerve pain. Now, standing may seem simple. You'd say, what is it about standing? Everybody knows how to stand, right? So, but if you are not standing in a good posture, that is, you have a poor standing posture, it can lead to pain in your lower back, mid back, neck, hip, knees. I mean, basically in your full body, right? So, what is an optimal standing posture? So, the very a brief overview of that is when you're standing, you want your weight evenly distributed on both feet. So you're not standing like leaning to one side or the other. Your knees are not completely straight. They have a 5-degree bend in the knee. So basically, they're soft, they're not locked. When you lock your knees, you put a lot of stress on the back of the knee, that is your hamstrings and your calves. So the muscles, the back of your thigh and leg, when they are tight, when hamstrings are tight, so the back of the thigh is tight, it starts to pull on your pelvis and your lower back, and then it builds up towards above in the mid back and cervical spine or your neck as well. If your calves are tight, of course you get leg pain, knee pain, etc. Right? So and of course, you want, if you have one of those adjustable standing desks, then you want to avoid that excessive leaning forwards or hunching over your desk. So adjust the height of your desk so that you are standing straight and your arms are rested properly, like they're resting on the desk. Yeah. So now, how do you move with intention? The third part. So when you have to move with intention, you prevent that stiffness and overuse injuries. Now, whether you're lifting your kids, you're carrying your office bag, you're reaching for an object, these can you can support your body and create and sorry, if you don't support your body, you can create long-term pain patterns. So what do? When you're lifting, bend at your knees, not your waist, right? And keep the object closer to your body. Try it out. Try lifting something away from your body like this and something close to your body. Even my arms, when I do this, I can feel the comfort of when I keep my arms closer to me. If you're carrying bags, switch sides, use a backpack style bag. I know this is common sense, but sometimes we just need to hear it out again, right? Empty your bags on a regular basis. Walking, keep your shoulders back, your core engaged, prevent that slouching when you're walking. All right, so there are lots of other tips in that. I have left them in the blog that I have written on this topic, the one that I was referring to earlier, because otherwise this video will get too long. That blog also has a free video guide on quick and easy desk-based exercises to avoid spinal and joint pain. You can it's completely free. It's a video guide. It takes you through 2 to 3 minutes of exercises starting from your neck down to your toes. It can be done sitting at your desk or at the comfort of your house. So this is the movement break that you can do when you're sitting, the one that I was referring to earlier. Now, improving your posture and your movement doesn't require hours of effort. It just needs small, consistent tweaks and awareness, right? So you can optimize how you sit, stand, and move. You can reduce that chronic pain because you won't realize how much pain is aggravated or how much pain is actually created because of those wrong movement patterns or wrong or poor sitting and standing postures. Anyway, if you have any questions, any comments on today's video, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.